leaving Keenland's track kitchen. They have an excellent breakfast buffet. "9:15 a.m. and it's very overcast this morning and is causing this video to be very low light. We are heading out to Glendale, Kentucky, going to a restaurant named the Whistle Stop. April 16th, and everything is greening up. This made for a more enjoyable ride. Going down to the river road, plenty of curves and a very popular road for motorcycles and sports cars. I have my GoPro camera mounted next to my left mirror. I can assure you that I am not going over the yellow line. It is a wide-view camera. The abandoned Boone Tunnel once led automobiles across the Kentucky River. Look to the left, and you can see through it. The old bridge opened in 1871, and the tunnel followed several years later. The first route that led stagecoaches and eventually automobiles across the river was curved around the edge of the cliff, so the tunnel's creation made this route easier to maneuver. Unfortunately, in 1953, the already weakened bridge collapsed when a food service truck tried to pass over it. The driver survived but did sustain serious injuries. A new bridge was constructed, and the Boone Tunnel was no longer needed to cross the river. The tunnel is 150 feet long and 20 feet wide, and about 25 feet high. The new bridge was completed in 1956 and is 622 feet long and 28 feet wide. The bridge is a reinforced concrete box girder structure that cost $729,000 to build. Now the climb up the other side is also very curvy. We are climbing up on the edge of the Palisades. That is a cliff lined with limestone and shales and dolomites from the Paleozoic area. The steep cliffs surrounding the Kentucky River harbor the largest concentrations of forest within the inner bluegrass. You will find these roads in decent shape and very rideable. There is also a good chance that the roads may have some moisture on them being they are next to the river. They are mostly dry this morning. Jeff installed new tires on his Honda Africa Twin, and it looks like he is riding very confident on the twisties. Harry and Jim have Can-Am motorcycles. They have 3 wheels, so they are not worried about slipping on the curves as much as the 2-wheel motorcycles. I always found this little roadside building interesting. Growing up in Kentucky, I have passed this building since I was about 10 years old. It was abandoned until about 5 years ago, and someone turned it into a place to stay overnight. I think at one time it was an old gasoline station. Shaker Village coming up. You can see all the rock walls that they built during their 105-year span. The Pleasant Hill Shakers constructed more than 260 structures and many rock walls on the property. Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill is a landmark destination that has 3,000 acres. It was home to the 3rd largest Shaker community in the United States between 1805 and 1910. It is a great place to have breakfast and then a walking tour. Lebanon, Kentucky. Rest stop time. Let's get something to drink. The first Ford battery plant, known as Kentucky One, is still on track to open with 2,500 employees in 2025. Blue Oval SK, the joint venture between Ford and its Korean partner SK On, is already hiring for those jobs. Glendale has been bracing to receive Kentucky's largest ever economic development project, a pair of vehicle electric battery plants. There are a lot of road improvements for the new factory. On and off exits for the interstate has been improved, etc. A great place for lunch or dinner is south of Elizabethtown, a little railroad community called Glendale. In the early 1970s, the old Glendale hardware store was converted over to a restaurant called the Whistle Stop. The Whistle Stop restaurant is the red brick building on the left. It sits right next to the railroad tracks.